Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's been a bit of a strange week. Our son Jack broke his ankle. Even though he's an adult in his 20s, he thought it would be a good idea to go on a skateboard with his mates and fell off and broke his ankle. So we were in the hospital, brought him home. He had to have a week just with it in a cast because they were waiting to do the operation, waiting for the swelling to go down. So we've been looking after him pretty much 24/7. He's just been laid on his bed with his leg up in the air, poor guy. But yeah, so we haven't really been able to go anywhere or do anything. I just thought I'd come on and give you a few updates, and just in case anyone was wondering why we hadn't made a video in a little while, that's the reason. We're pretty much caring for our son. He's had his final operation and he'll have his cast off in a couple of weeks, and then they'll fit him with a boot, but he had to have a wire and plates and screws, so he did a bloody good job of it. But yeah, I mean, there's a couple of updates with the van. We've been back to Ford for the second time, or was it the third time? I can't remember exactly. We had a major service booked anyway because we've hit nearly 10,000 miles. I just wanted to be careful, really, not letting the oil get too thin, and obviously these use a bit of oil as well, so it's good to keep on top of it. So we had what would normally be the 2-year service done within a year in the end, but because we'd hit nearly 10,000 miles and we'd done a lot of driving and dusty climates and stuff, I thought it's just best to get it done. So while it was in there, I got them to have a look at the collision avoidance system and also the juddering gearbox, because basically if you drive anywhere that's further than about 45 minutes, it judders horrendously through second and third. It's pretty undrivable, to be honest. So first, the collision avoidance system, they couldn't find fault, so they reset the system. So far so good, we will see. It's a common problem with Ford Transits, so you know it's to be expected. Cameras, sensors, smart technology, you know how it is. And then the gearbox, which is also a smart gearbox, but it's the Ford PowerShift gearbox, which is used in Land Rovers, Fords, whole host of vehicles. It's quite an old gearbox. I think they've been using them for about 16, 17 years now. But basically, it's commonly known, if you Google it, that they have issues. Obviously, I hadn't looked into this before we bought the van. All the gearboxes made with plastic parts, and when the vehicle's cold and you're driving, they shake themselves to bits and cause juddering, clunky gearboxes, that sort of thing. So we went back in September. They said there was a software update to address the problem. They updated the software. We've still got the problem, so we had to book it in again and wait a whole month again. And we've gone back, and lo and behold, between last month and this month, there's been another software update to address the problem. They've done the software update, we still have the problem. So now what we have to do is we have to drive around for about an hour until it starts juddering, go into the Ford place, get someone to come out, drive them around the block to show them. But obviously where we've got our son laid up at the moment with a broken ankle, it's not the easiest thing in the world. So it's going to have to be on the back burner for the moment. The important thing is to get it done under the warranty. I've found out there is actually garages that specifically dedicate their whole garage space to just repairing Ford and Land Rover gearboxes because they're so troublesome. So hopefully it'll get done. I'll keep you updated anyway, but at the moment it just has to be done as and when, really. The other thing is Spinney, which is the motorhome dealer in Northampton that we bought the van from. We've actually booked in to get some repairs done with them. If you remember, we had the sunroof done, we had the recalls done, and we had the cab overtop done by them. All that's good so far, no problems, no whistling from the sunroof at all, so that's definitely cured that problem. But they wouldn't do any of the other work. They said it needed to go back to the purchasing dealer, because it turns out that Bailey will only pay £35 an hour to an authorised Bailey repairer. They'll only pay £35 an hour to them to fix their Bailey stuff. But the dealership you bought the vehicle from, they will pay them £75 an hour. So basically, if anything's going to take too long, they send you back to your dealer, which is all right. But our dealer is over 3 hours away from where we live, which is something we definitely should have thought about before we bought it. Looking on the Bailey website, it tells you that you can get it repaired in any Bailey approved workshop around the country, which is true. But the problem is the Bailey approved workshops won't do the work because they don't pay enough. It's simply not worth their while. So definitely think about that before you buy a motorhome, because most people travel, because you know, down in the south where we live, there's not many places, to be honest. Most of them are sort of up around the Midlands and the north. So yeah, worth thinking about. What else have we got? The noisy beds. Someone recommended to me on motorhome, the site that we're registered on. It's like a forum, really helpful. Quite a few people are on there, quite a few influential sort of YouTubers as well to do with motorhoming are on there. Someone gave me the advice. They said if you use ski wax on the belts, then it makes the beds quieten down. Well, I've ski waxed everything in sight and they're still noisy. It still sounds like Chewbacca is in the bloody van with us. So that's definitely going to have to be sorted out. They're still clunking it. So that's going to be sorted out. They're going to be sorting out the oven door. They're going to be sorting out the bathroom door that sticks out. And there's a few other things, but there's some things I'm going to do myself because basically we don't want to lose the motorhome for months and months on end. And not only that, we've got to drive 3 hours up there, leave the van with them. We don't know how long they're going to have the van. So we're either going to have to book somewhere to stay, hire a vehicle, get the train back. I don't know what we're going to do. It's an absolute pain in the ass. So yeah, that's about where we're at the moment. So unfortunately, no videos of our travels at the moment. It's just van stuff. And then the rest of the time, we're just looking after our lad, which obviously family has to come first. There's no question. So what I would ask is please don't unsubscribe. There is going to be more videos coming. There's going to be a lot of things coming. We're thinking about going back to the Canaries again. And this time we will film the entire journey, start to finish, you know, the UK, the Eurotunnel, driving through France, through Spain, and then the Armas ferry over to the Canaries. We may just go in and go around Europe. We're not really sure at the moment. We've got a lot of exciting things planned. We just don't know which one to do or when to do it because Jack's going to be laid up for about 6 weeks in total, apparently. So how he recovers and how quickly he can get back to work is going to make a difference on how quickly we can go anywhere. But one thing's for sure, we will keep you updated. We will let you know. Another thing we're doing at the moment, we're just integrating a shop with our YouTube at the moment. So go and take a look on there. You don't have to buy anything. You can just have a look. With Christmas coming up, there'll be t-shirts, mugs, hats, personalized laser engraved things like coasters, wallets, hip flasks, lighters, all sorts of stuff. Anything you can engrave, basically. And you can send us a photo, you can send us a picture, you can send us a nice message, any design you like, and we can engrave that on chopping boards, charcuterie boards, wallets, anything really. So Christmas, birthdays, anniversaries, Valentine's Day, you know, you name it, we'll cater for it. So take a look at our shop when you get 2 minutes. It is a work in progress at the moment. So you may have to give it a couple of days, but yeah, that's everything so far. So thanks for sticking with us. Thanks for your support. We really appreciate it. And hopefully we'll see you again soon with some sort of adventure planned.